Like a lot of people, music has been a part of my life since I was a little child. I remember being about 4 or 5 years old. We were at my uncle's house for Christmas. My uncle was a 6'4" drill sergeant from the Marines.
Oof.
And we were singing around the piano, singing Christmas carols. And I was apparently not participating to his standards. And he looked down at me and said, "Sing!" And I've been singing ever since. Growing up in a small town, I thought I could sing. I starred in the very first musical that my high school ever put on. I was Charlie Brown in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Woo.
I played Jesus in a local production of Godspell. And then I got older and I moved to a large town and realized that I just thought I could sing because I was around people who really could. If you listen to the song list that I have on my phone, you'll find everything from ABBA to ZZ Top, with a little bit of Stan Rogers and Shostakovich thrown in for good measure. I like virtually all kinds of music. But if I were to have to tell you the soundtrack of my life, it would be Birdsong. Every point in my life where my life changes dramatically has been punctuated with birdsong. When I turned 13, I had to start getting up and milking cows in the morning. I hated that. But there was a cardinal that would land on my windowsill. In the spring in Wisconsin, you open your windows because the breeze through the lilac bush is absolutely gorgeous. And this bird would land on my windowsill before dawn and sing.
Oh.
And there is no way in the world you can sleep through an energetic cardinal. When I was in college, my girlfriend left me for another woman. It's funny now, it was not funny. I was riding my motorcycle with my helmet on, talking to God and asking what I should do. If you've ever ridden a motorcycle with a helmet on, you understand that it's hard to hear. You've got the helmet, you've got the wind noise, you've got the noise of the engine. And I was talking to God, and I said, "God, what do I do? What do I need to do? Where am I going to go from here?" And for about 10 seconds on this back road just outside of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, a red-winged blackbird flew alongside me. And all I could hear was the song of that red-winged blackbird. And I took that as a sign that God was saying, keep singing. Do what you do. Be you. Skip forward. I'm living out here not far from Comer. I've got the world's greatest dog, who's a 175-pound Rottweiler by the name of Noodlehead. And he was not my dog, I was his person. He would protect me from any and everything. One day, I came home and he was gone. And I knew that he did not leave on his own. He had to have been stolen. For a week, I would go to work during the day, and I would go out at night. I had seen a post on Facebook of a picture of a dog that was absolutely him, on a road not far from where I lived. So I would go down that road at night, and I would listen for him, because he always barked all night long. I could never hear him, but what I would hear would be the owls. Now, owls, in a lot of cultures, are harbingers of death, but not these. I never heard them that way. I heard them as hope. And within 2 or 3 days, I was able to recover my dog, and he lived with us for a couple of wonderful years after that, until his untimely passing. My wife and I, when we would travel, we always looked for birds. We looked for hawks and we looked for herons. Hawks on the power line, herons on the banks of ponds that we go past. That was our thing. We would count them. We would be going on a long trip, and we'd say, okay, how many hawks are we going to see today? How many herons are we going to see this week on our trip? Some of you may know, most of you probably do not, but my wife passed away last week. This morning, sitting on the porch with a cup of coffee, a heron flew over, calling. I don't know what it was saying, I don't speak heron, but I took that as a sign. You only have to hit me in the head 4 or 5 or 6 times for me to finally learn the lesson. But I have finally come to the conclusion that when my life has a dramatic change, I know that God is going to look down at me and smile and give me the bird.